Random man tried to get in my car late at night. This happened about 10 years ago. I was in graduate school at the time, working on my master's degree for clinical social work. My practicum was at a confidential shelter which housed women and children seeking shelter from domestic violence. Since I was an intern, I worked a lot of late night shifts. After closing up the shelter, I headed home. It was after midnight and the roads were fairly empty. I lived in a smaller town at the time, so this was not unusual. As I approached the stoplight, I noticed a man a few yards away, walking toward the crosswalk. I suddenly felt very anxious and had an unsettling feeling, so I immediately locked my car doors. This was before I had a car with automatic locks. I usually drove without locking my car doors, as I had never felt unsafe while doing so. I felt better after having locked my doors and pulled up to the red light. Staring ahead, I noticed the man never crossed the street. I glanced to my right, where I had seen him earlier, and came face to face with his face pressed up against my passenger side window. I screamed, honked my horn and told him to go away, but he continued standing there, staring right at me. Then he tried the handle of the door without success. I continued screaming at him, honking my horn and waiting for the red light to change. The man straightened, stepped away from the passenger side door and moved quickly to my driver's side door, trying the handle again, but without success. He stood with a wide stance next to my car, as though he was lunging. At the moment, I thought to myself, screw it, and slammed the gas to run the red light. The man kind of stumbled when I did this, and I think I ran over his foot in my escape. When I arrived home, I woke up my husband to tell him and called the police. The police never found the man, as by the time they sent someone out, he was gone. The police officer did commend me for running the red light, as well as for potentially running over the man's foot. So to the creepy man who tried to get into my car in the middle of the night, let's not meet.